right, let's get right into it. Today, we're diving deep into the really complex world of human attraction. And we're going to do it by looking at some fascinating and very different perspectives from our source materials. So what really drives attraction in today's world? Is it a science, an art, or is it all just a game? Well, our sources seem to suggest it might actually be a little bit of all three. So let's try and crack this code together. We're going to break this down into four main parts. Each one gives us a totally different angle for understanding how desire really works. All right, first up, the physical stuff. Let's get right into the biological blueprint. How much of attraction is just hardwired into us? Okay, so it's pretty wild to think about, right? That what you eat could actually have a direct impact on your love life. But according to one of our sources, Dr. Emma Blake, that's exactly what happens. Certain foods, certain herbs, they can literally change your body's chemistry. You know, things like beets, they boost nitric oxide, which helps with blood flow. And then you've got these herbal compounds like Tonkat Ali, stuff that's been used for centuries to boost male vitality. So yeah, it seems like biology has a seat at the table, literally. All right, now this is where things get, well, a little more tactical, maybe even a bit controversial. This slide breaks down a concept from one of our sources called the 9 touch spots. And the whole idea here is that there's a specific, sequenced way to touch someone. You start with less intimate areas, you read their body language, and then you progress. The source actually claims that a single, deliberate touch on a spot like the hip hollow can trigger an involuntary muscle contraction. I mean, it's a really clinical way of looking at something we usually think of as just spontaneous, you know? Okay, so we've touched on the physical. Let's build on that and move into our next section, the unspoken signals we're all sending and receiving. I mean, have you ever said something but really meant something else? Of course you have, we all do it. And according to one of our sources, Cine Diva, this is a huge part of the attraction game. It's all about plausible deniability. You're signaling interest, but you're doing it with these seemingly innocent phrases. It gives everyone an out, you know? It's like a safety net for our ego if the other person isn't on the same page. And this slide right here, it's the perfect example of what we're talking about. Just look at these phrases. On the surface, they're totally harmless. I'm gonna be home alone this weekend. But in the right context, with the right tone, it becomes something so much more. Or how about your trouble, said with a little smile? That's not a criticism, right? It's a fun, flirty way of saying, hey, I feel the chemistry between us. It's a whole secret language happening right in front of us. So another one of our sources, Jesse Keaton, has a name for this, innuendo, and it's exactly what it's